A local surfer hadn't been nearby.
Ebeth, he saw the beginning of this struggle. The 45-year-old victim was being held hostage, essentially, by her ex-boyfriend. This Good Samaritan saw her try to get away and called 911 when the suspect forced the woman back into his car.
You saved my life.
You're the angel.
45-year-old Nubia Casas Buenas went through a near-death nightmare last Tuesday. Her ex-boyfriend, 42-year-old Heriberto Jimenez, she called him Eddie, he tried to kill her, but a Good Samaritan surfer and a fast-thinking deputy helped her survive.
1, 2.
Casas Buenas is still in the hospital recovering, but she told us about how Eddie picked her up in Orlando, tossed both their cell phones out the window while driving to Cocoa Beach, and refused to let her leave the car. She finally convinced Eddie to stop near Melbourne, and she tried to escape.
The door was open. I saw a man. This is the man saved my life.
He was mild-mannered, he was well-spoken, he was decently dressed, collared shirt, trousers. You wouldn't think that would happen.
Surfer Donnie Marcy called 911 after seeing Eddie force Casas Buenas to stay in the car. When a deputy responded, though, Eddie floored it.
He no start the car. He put more speed. He jumped in the river.
The car now floating in water, Eddie pulled out a kitchen knife and started to stab her.
I turned around my body. I put my arm, and he stabbed me in this part, and my arm, and he broke my bone.
She was suffering from 30 separate stab wounds. She had stab wounds to her kidneys, stab wounds to her liver.
Deputy Sergeant Mike Brown shot and killed Eddie after he continued to stab Casas Buenas. She doesn't remember that part. She says she passed out.
I forgive Eddie. I know he was a very good man. He was a very good father.
Forgiveness, despite what would have happened had deputies not responded so quick. She says the deputies, though, did what they needed to do. Eddie leaves behind 2 children. Casas Buenas herself has a 17-year-old son. You saw there in the video that she's still pretty weak. Despite that, Ebeth, she was scheduled to be released from the hospital tonight.
It is